Alright, Monday trade recap. Bro, today was brutal. Didn't lose, just a break-even day, but oh my gosh, bro. Um, any highlights? I mean, the main thing I'm gonna talk about is break-even points. Just because that's what kind of got me today, just the break-even points. And yeah, whatever. Let's just get straight into it. So, oh my gosh, bro. Can't believe it. And also, there's another trade setup on YM that I just stayed out of just because, I don't know. I mean, it was a great trade, very solid. I just was being a pussy for some reason. I don't know. Probably coming off of that last trade that I took, and then it being a Monday, it being December. Maybe I just wasn't that confident, but it's whatever. Anyways, this is the price action that we were given and the structure that we have coming into the market. We're in a massive 4-hour fair value gap as well as an hourly right here. We did hit EQ. No, we edged EQ. Okay, so the main thing, because we had a 15-minute up here. Yep, right there. So what I was looking forward to happening was maybe a 5 or 15-minute continuation to at least hit this gap and hit EQ, maybe OTE, but yeah, I very much like the draws to the downside. I was just, there's not really much of a reversal to anticipate or anything like that. So it's like, if we end up inversing this 5 and 15-minute right here, I'll be willing to take shorts towards these equal lows and hourly, and then, eventually towards these London and Asia lows. So, yeah, market open. I think first minute of market open, we actually get, yep, we get an entry to the downside. Already hit this break-even point here. Just honestly not something I would take. Like, it's very risky. It's literally right off market open. Like, anything could happen here. So this is not a setup I would be willing to take ever. Need a bit more confirmation because there's like nothing to really go off of here. We don't really have an SMT or anything. It's like, how can you anticipate this reversal? So I need some type of confirmation, and that's the confirmation we got. Basically, we just death candle towards this initial DOL, which was the equal lows and the hourly unmitigated gap. So that got hit, and from here I'm looking for longs, right? And we actually almost gave a setup here. You can see that on the 1 minute. We have a 2 minute that's about to get inverse right there. Was ready to take this and just honestly aiming towards that 15-minute gap up there. Just a simple continuation. I think we had an SMT. I'm not sure. Okay, it doesn't look like we had really any SMTs. But yeah, it looked like a very, very solid trade. I like the idea a lot. Ended up failing. We never got it, so never even was a setup. We ended up coming further down. And at this point, I'm just looking for shorts, right? I think we hit this gap here, and I was like, this is my last shot of trying to go for longs, like, if we get it. Once we invert this gap or just disrespect it, I'm no longer looking for longs. I'll then flip my bias to be bearish towards these session lows, of course, and then ultimately towards these lows down here. Of course, showing zero signs of getting, longs here. So once we come down once we come up, resweep, and then we fail to get this long, this is the point in time where I really just flipped my bias. I was like, all right, no need to look for longs. There's really no DOL that's very attractive up here. I mean, yes, there's a 15-minute, there's OTE, but, I mean, come on, dude. These draws are so much better than the draws for the buy side. So, and we also inverse this gap here. So, and I mean, just look at the momentum, bro. Like, dude, for the longest we come up here just to get, all this progress of going up, get demolished within one 15-minute candle. So it's very clearly showing bearish momentum. If you're still looking for longs from here, you gotta be delusional. And yeah, okay, my thing's broken again. I have to reset this shit. I hate this, bro. It's so annoying. Also, when I got on the charts to get this recap started, like, it put all my drawings all the way down here for some reason. Like, even on YM, like, it's all the way up here, but it's putting everything down here. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, back to the recap. So, I'm just waiting for a 5 or a 15-minute pullback. honestly any kind of pullback with a very solid and clean IFEG. Not really getting much here. It's just 1 minute retraces. Here we do get a retrace here, and then we end up inversing this. So, like the 5 minute gap is all the way up here. So at this point, I'm not even thinking to take a trade. I'm like, if we're really gonna run up all the way up here just to tap this 5 minute, I'm not taking it. Okay, no way. And it's not even coming to my mind. All right. So I just wait, let this play out a little more. We're not really even respecting anything else here. We inverse this 2 minute. Yeah, then we eventually already take all the DOLs out that I was looking for. Of course, we still have these open, but these are more of a stretched out DOL. These are the main targets I'm looking for. Yeah, just simple downtrend here. And we do eventually get a 5 minute retrace all the way down here. Okay, we hit this 5 minute up there. Let me bring this back. So that's the 5 minute, as you can see. And we do take quite a bit to inverse this gap. I didn't like how we respected this, and then we took like 3 candles. We were in this gap for 3 candles before it finally inversed. So I didn't really like that, but I really love that we were very close to this strong liquidity here. If we check ES, I'm not sure if we had an... Okay, we had... Oh, wow, I didn't even realize this. This is so beautiful. Look at that low resistance right there. That's amazing on ES. And then NQ has more of like relatively equal lows. Not really that much, but yeah, you get what I mean. But yeah, get the inverse there, take that, and I go break even here. Okay, mechanically, this is a break even trade, so I follow my rules mechanically. Just need, bro. I don't know. I think it's just because it was coming off of a Monday. I already had missed out on this setup right here on YM because this happened, yeah, way before that. So already my psych was kind of a little bit skewed. Also coming back from that day last week where I just honestly, dude, I was so disappointed in myself last week that last Friday's performance. But I don't know, just a bit rusty. So I'm not gonna give myself, too much. Don't even know what I'm fucking saying. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm not gonna be too harsh on myself for this. Of course, I'm gonna learn from this, but trades like these where the break-even point is so fucking close to the entry, I suggest give it a bit of breathing room. Ideally, what I was expecting was just to retrace off the bat and then push lower, but in this case, we just come back, hit the break-even point, and then deliver. Very unfortunate. I think we also hit OTE of this very high time frame range. Let me check the 4 hour so we can get an idea of that. So yeah, from this low down here all the way up to these highs that we made, that's OTE right there. We probably have some unmitigated gaps. Never fucking mind, we don't. Maybe on the hourly, let's see. Unmitigated gap there that we filled completely actually. But yeah, that's really the only NQ trade. We did have a massive rejection here. Wasn't that massive? Not I'm looking at. Okay, yeah, right here we did. I was looking to take this 5 minute inverse. Okay, never mind, I was wrong. It wasn't that massive. That was just the after. That was afterwards. But I was looking to take this 5 minute inverse. Just because we've been dumping a lot here. I'm expecting a little bit of a retrace. So I was looking for this 15 minute unmitigated up here, but we never got the 5 minute. ES did give the 5 minute though, as you can see right there, and I just stayed out of it. I was like, you know what, my cycle was already kind of messed up for today. I might as well just take off and then just come back tomorrow, refreshed, not fresh. What the hell? But yeah, this was the only setup I saw happening. This is a discretional play, not really anything I would take. Just literally no narrative behind the reversal point, at least for me personally. Not sure about anyone else's strat, but yeah, that was a solid discretional play, just very risky off the reversal point. You could have taken any type of continuation here. I'm not saying there's nothing to be found. It's just typically for me, I like to see a 5 minute retrace, 5 minute fair value gap retrace, or anything above that. Strictly because it's more of a confirmation that that is the highest point we'll go before going even lower. don't really like entering off 1 minute gaps. So that's just me though. Once we finally got it, it's kind of unfortunate that we took all the DOLs out, but you know, it is what it is. We did get the entry model. This trade did play out. It was a winning trade. Just a very unfortunate break even, but as I said, dude, this should not have been a break even trade. I should have just held this until, you know, we swept the low that we made while we're in the trade. So instead of going break even at this swing low, we wait till we make a swing low. Once we retrace, we go break even at this low here. That would have definitely saved me. And yeah, it's just very fucking unfortunate. But of course, it is what it is. We learn from these mistakes. I'm gonna quickly go over the not ES, YM trade. Just remove the drawings because it's all fucked up anyways. Now on the 15-minute chart, same scenario here. There's really not much of a reversal point. We do have gray liquidity to the downside. So we're just waiting for confirmation that we are, you know, shifting in our bias, so, or our structure, whatever you want to call that. So basically, of course, we are demonstrating like a bullish structure here, and I just want to see anything that's going to confirm my bias to be bearish. So any, you know, this 1 hour getting inverse, maybe a breakage structure on this 15-minute. Really not much fair value gaps to inverse here. But yeah, let's go and get into it. The 1 minute chart looks fucking cooked. Here's the trade that that basically I was looking to take. So let me bring this back here. Didn't see anything that we could have taken here. Same situation on NQ, but I did see a potential trade off of this 5 minute up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. Now, once we came down here, I was like, yeah, it's fine. We're probably not gonna get this trade. But then we edged London, okay? We edged London right there. We retraced back up. Now, at this point, I was looking for an entry, and I think I saw like no, we had this 1 minute entry right there. But I was like, this is exactly why it's a perfect example. How I said I don't enter on 1 minute for value gap, you know, entries like how we did here. We respected this fat 1 minute. We even inversed this bearish 1 minute, and we just went straight up because why this isn't right here at the stop loss is an unmitigated 5 minute. What I like to see is the 5 minute getting tapped because that's gonna give a stronger confirmation that that's the highest point we'll go. And when you're entering on such low time frame, you know, entries or P rays like this 1 minute, you know, the likelihood of us actually holding this specific 1 minute is much lower than if we were to tap into a 5 or a 15 minute, you know. So that's just my reasoning and how I trade. So yeah, but we do run up, hit the 5 minute. At this point, if there was a 1 minute ISVG, I would have definitely taken it, but the fact that it was a 15-second, I mean, there was a 30-second as well, but I just didn't like how around right here we had a fat 30-second that would have to, like, I would have to enter all the way down here for that 30-second to get inverse. I mean, there was a data entry up here on the 15 or the 30-second, not sure what. I just stayed out of it. I hesitated. Strictly, I mean, if it was NQ, I know for sure I would have taken it, but the fact that this is YM, I don't really collect data on YM. It's more of just a side pair that I trade if it's a very good setup. And yeah, again, like I said, coming off of last week's performance, definitely didn't end off that great. It's also Monday, so I'm a bit rusty, I guess, from the weekend. So yeah, that's why I think I stayed out of this. But honestly, looking back at this, like the fact that we edged London, we came back, we hit the high time frame, you know, retrace right there on that 5 minute. We still had London and Asia open as well as these relatively equal lows that we just made. Dude, this was the biggest sign to take this fucking trade. Like, I don't know why I didn't take this trade. Of course, this ended up playing out. Entry was right around, we'll just say like right there. Okay, it was definitely not right there. It was right here. Cause I remember I needed 2 to 3 cons to be able to enter my risk that I like to risk. I like to, yeah, whatever. But here's the play, about a 1 to 2 R, got hit completely. Let's see if the rest of the draws got hit, which were down here. Not sure if they did. Okay, yeah, they did. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro. So to summarize both these trades, really not much of a reversal trade. Both trades that I was looking to trade. were continuation models to the downside. Strictly, yeah, nothing off the reversal point. Literally just strictly off the DOL. I'm looking to trade towards these. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for both pairs. And one thing that I'm gonna say before I end this video is just what I can learn from this. So, of course, we'll go over the YM1 first. So, what can I learn from this? Just fucking take the trade, bro. If it's an A+ model like this, bro, there's no reason. I don't care if it's not in Q, whatever the fuck it is. I need to be taking these setups, bro. I should not be staying out of these setups, and that's pretty much all I can say for this. But in Q, I mean, I executed, of course, didn't hesitate, just because I know this is my pair. This is the one I collect data on. This is the one I always trade, like 90% of the time. So, great that I executed on this, didn't hesitate. The only thing I could say about this trade is just break-even point. Okay, everything was played perfectly. We didn't force any, entries here. When we weren't given anything, we didn't force anything. We waited for the setup, and yeah, literally the only thing I can say about this trade is just knowing when to go break even. Okay, this, I mean, dude, I bet you it's like under a 0.2. Okay, it's about a 0.3 R that we're gonna break even. No breathing room, bro. No breathing room. I should have just waited, let this play out, and then wait till we resweep or something like that to then go break even. Especially if I'm that confident in a draw right here. We inverse multiple time frame for value gaps. This is already at 10, so at this point in time, we inversed with this candle. Look at this fat gap that we inversed. We also inverse this gap right here too. It's just no point in us reversing, so I don't see why I want to break even so earlier. I was so eager to go break even. But yeah, it is what it is. I just learned to know when to go break even, pay more attention, trust more in the strat, and that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully we come back this week with a banger setup. It's probably going to be my last week trading. Actually, I don't want to say that, probably not. But, the holidays are coming up, so I might just take a break. I don't know if I want to take a week break off trading. I don't know, it depends. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to be it for this trade recap, and I'm out. Peace.